everyone. I'm Zoe Dash. I'm from Maryland. I'm a transgender, a rape survivor, sex trafficking survivor, and I'm here to speak a little bit about some of the volunteer work that I do with HIPS, which is the merch that I brought along. Bella's wearing one. We've got hats too. Be nice to sex workers, or if you prefer, that we have be nice to drug users as well. Because I've worn this shirt so many times. Well, not this shirt, the shirt that Aria has actually. But it's a tank instead of a t-shirt. But and I've had so many people say, I've even had police officers come up to me and go, "Are you saying that you're a sex worker?" And I'm not, I'm saying no, it's saying be nice to sex workers. Not that you should be mean to them, not that I am a sex worker, although I am. I'm a sex worker slash retired slash sex worker slash non-binary, then trans woman. So it's an interesting journey. Menopause is not fun because every time you have to go for another major surgery, they order you to stop taking hormones. So I've had 3 surgeries, so I've had menopause 3 times. Which is fun. But yes, HIPS has been working on getting legalization in DC. The most recent bill they put forward in 2019 did not go through, and it's not going to get pushed through. There were too many people saying stuff like, "This bill is a pimp's wet dream," was a quote. And all it asked for was the decriminalization of sex work, the ability for sex workers to communicate directly to law enforcement without being persecuted by them for the communication. And thankfully, I live in Maryland, not DC. And in Maryland, we have a Republican governor who, ironically, is fantastic for LGBT rights. He has passed so much legislation. He's passed the bathroom bill. He passed the first laws against discrimination against transgenders in terms of employment, in terms of housing, and in terms of education. I initially became a sex worker many years ago because I was fired from a job for being transgender. And at the time it was legal in Maryland. But 3 years later they passed the bill, and I was already too good at my job to go back to $10 an hour. But I hold this this candle today, in memory of a dear friend of mine who died October 19th, 2019. Her name was Tiffany Davis. She was beaten to death in South Baltimore. Her case is still open and unsolved. And she was a sex worker. I also hold this candle for a friend of mine who died January 11th of 2018. Her name was Leah Holly. She was out of Baltimore. She was an exotic dancer, and she gave 70% of all of her income to the homeless people of Baltimore to help clothe and feed them. And she died of an apparent overdose. So I want to thank you all for letting me come out and speak to you, and tomorrow I'll be on the TV show to give more in-depth. If any of you have any questions for me, feel free to ask them. I'll be happy to answer them as best I can. Thank you.